That was what made my mom stop yelling at me about going back to school. She was like, "Wow, okay, you're doing something."
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
What's it like for you to get good reviews like that? Yeah, the Decibel magazine thing.
Oh, it's cool.
I like
cool.
it.
Just, yeah.
Well, good.
It's cool.
I'm glad that it's cool.
I'm
Like,
glad you like it too.
yeah, for sure, man. So do you guys pay attention to other reviews or anything?
Yeah, I skim through it, you know, like, I know, like, Knockmissium was, I think, second place, and we had a few friends, I think, like, in the...
Are you talking about that issue or anything?
Just in general, not necessarily with that particular...
I like reading when the bands, like, I don't know what magazine it is, where they comment.
Decibel.
Yeah.
They do like the call and response.
Yeah, that's
Or
funny.
like they'll have like they'll call some guy in a band and like have him like listen to songs he doesn't know who the songs are.
Oh shit.
And he'll like I don't know, he'll do this thing where like they'll do a thing where they do like a short like review of every song and they have like a mixed CD of like 10 different songs. It's hilarious.
Sometimes they guess.
Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes they know the songs. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, I know this. Yeah, it's good though.
So like being on the road all the time, you guys getting sick of it yet?
Yeah, that's why this is, well, we just finished our last tour.
Okay.
Last tour for the year.
Yeah.
For the year.
For the year.
Yeah, with Harvey Milk, it was amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great, like 22 or 23 days, not too long, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have this, and then we're, at the end of the month, we're doing Best Friends Day in Virginia. So like 2 like fly-out shows, which, so for us, like still really exciting, you know, for people to offer some shows and, I don't know, hook it up kind of, you know.
That's great.
Well, we're just gonna do like one-off shows and stuff. Like maybe a couple shows here and there.
For the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think we got something offered in Texas, a fun fest. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to take a break and write and record another record.
When do you guys think you're gonna start recording or start writing?
In another month, we're gonna take a month off and not do anything, not even talk to each other, and then
Not even cut checks for each other.
Do you have objectives for the next album?
Have fun and like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
That's my
Well, we have to we have to be able to play every song off the record live.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't want to do like album tracks.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why don't you do this song? Because we wrote it in the studio and we never played it.
Or
Yeah,
just
that's the thing. There's like at least 3 songs on the last record that are studio tracks that we've never ever played live, you know. So it's kind of like new record. I think the goal is to be able to play the whole thing start to finish if we ever wanted to, you know.
Actually, every record has a song we never played live.
Yeah, every
that's
single.
That's regular, you know. I think like because I don't know. I think our shows like we just at least I want to keep it like high energy, you know.
Yeah.
And, like if you bust out this ballad or whatever, it's like, holy shit, dude, are you serious?
They really balance.
And that Sundown shit is like really like.
That's like hip hop.
That's fucking wuss hop. Which I don't mind. It's a good album track, you know. Like it has its place on the record, but live, I just rather kick out the jams, you know.
For sure.
It's one of those things where, you know, like somebody's got an idea in the studio and we don't have a whole lot of time and we just kind of finish it there.
We need more songs for
We need more songs for the record.
Yeah, I think the next one will be cool. I think it's going to be different in a great way.
Is it going to be weird or different writing as a 3-piece?
We've already written like 2 songs that are pretty much completed.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be playing 2 of them tonight.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, one of them's going to be on a split with Boris. It's like a heavier, more experimental song.
Wait, did you guys do a split before?
Not with Boris, or with anybody actually.
No, it'll be our first split record. It'll be out in fall or sometime this year. So
Sweet.
It should be fun. The artwork's cool. I like it. It's like all 3 formats are gonna have different artwork. Like it's gonna be on CD in Japan, LP in the States, and then he's also releasing it on cassette. And each format's gonna have different artwork.
Oh, cool.
So it's all like real different from each other. So I don't know. It's exciting.
Do you guys feel the band growing? Like, do you feel crowds getting bigger? Do you feel people getting more into your music?
I think so. I mean, I didn't think so. The tour that we did, the last U.S. tour, not this last U.S. tour, but like the tour before that, I was like,
but we were also stepping out of our realm, or like, you know, this world that like, I don't know, this music that we play or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Usually we've been paired up with bands that are similar or have things, you know, it's within the same genre or whatever you want to call it. And we benefit off that, where not the last tour with Harvey Milk, but the one before, kind of like stepped outside our regular, you know, like the type of band that we tour with, and I don't think it went over too well.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I think everybody was emotionally and like, I don't know,
After,
kind of fucked up.
I think after the first month, because it was a 2-month tour, after the first month, just our spirits were just like, God.
Yeah. Like we
Really draining me.
I think we had fun on
seeing
stage, but like I think like
you had to like not even think there was an audience there because
Yeah, the dudes in the other bands were cool too. But it was just like.
unfortunately it didn't work.
Yeah, it just wasn't working out. Like their crowd was there for something completely different than what we were bringing to the table. So it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard to win over a crowd that was not ready to listen to something so loud and in your face. You know, like.
Well, one of the fun parts about playing a show is just the, you know, getting the energy off the crowd.
Yeah, like feeding off each other.
And then just seeing the crazy weird shit happening.
What kind of crazy weird shit?
Yeah, just people doing weird shit in the crowd.
Going off in their own way, you know.
You know, masturbating, that type of stuff.
I've never seen that. Once we played with show in Miami.
I've heard people tell me that. I was like, you're bullshit.
We played a show in Miami once at a venue that we play at all the time, and it was with Municipal Waste. And I think there was actually a chick wearing a skirt, and she like pissed in the middle of the dance floor while they were playing, just like fuck it.
That was awesome. That was so funny.
At Churchill's Pub?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously? I think I've heard rumors about stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had a crack lady at Churchill's.
Churchill's is pretty crazy.
Is it?
It's Churchill's. There's usually always a few characters that show up that found their way there somehow that look like they don't really belong, and it usually ends up making like a good story. You know, like I mean, like that girl was not there to see any of the bands.
Yeah.
She was there in like a dress. She looked like she came from a club down on South Beach, and she just showed up and she just was standing in the middle of the floor while these kids were kind of running around her in a circle, and she was just pissing on the floor. It was so crazy. I don't know.
I'm sure she doesn't remember that night.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was just gonna say, do you guys see crazier shit on the road or just
No,
in
the
Miami?
road is just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, we're just stuck in a van until we get to the club, and then it's late that night.
You know what? I will say this though: the Harvey Milk tour, there were a lot of fights outside the club. Not people at the show, people in the streets.
Yeah.
Toronto, 2 in DC. Remember the pitchfork fight? Some guy was fighting some guy with a pitchfork, and then.
And dude, at the end of that, before we move on, at the end of that, supposedly the cops took the pitchfork away, and at the end, the dude's like, "All right, man, no beef, no beef." The cops gave the dude back his pitchfork. What the?
No way. Wait, where was this at?
DC.
Yeah. And then DC
Charlotte?
later that same night, that guy was like, I'm gonna kill you. Well, we were loading, remember? Those dudes
But they were playing.
I don't know, man. It got crazy for a minute.
Well, there was
But in Toronto, there was a guy that got pissed on by those other dudes, and he came out with a shirt off. He was about to beat up 3 guys at once. Like,
well, there was also a rest stop we stopped at, like right outside. Well, it was like Montreal. Outside of Montreal, yeah, we stopped at a rest stop, and I went and used the bathroom, and I was going to go wash my hands, and it was like, the top of the soap thing was like open, and I just saw these things, and I was like, before I went to like push the thing, I thank goodness I looked inside, and somebody put 2 pieces of shit inside, like, in there.
Oh my god!
And I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then the guy that was at the counter was so nice, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that up."
the Harvey Milk tour was pretty good. We saw some cool, we
They
saw
got a
some stuff
picture
on
of that.
Oh, yeah,
They got a
yeah.
picture of it. If you write us, we might be able to get it.
Okay.
Take your story to another level.
Oh my god, dude, there was shit.
Well, now every time I go to wash my hands, I look. Because, I mean, I could have just, like, blindly, woo, and I was shit all over myself.
You've been washing your face.
Dude, Ricky, did you put shit in your pants?
So, like, when you guys are on the road, like, where are you staying in hotels, like, or random people's houses, sleeping in the van?
I think we stayed, 3 hotels in the last tour?
Yeah, the last tour was like a little under a month. The Harvey Milk tour, and
Not that many? I feel like we only
it was
stayed
3.
in 3?
3 at the most. Yeah. That
I
was
feel
a
like it was
budget tour, and I think it worked out real well.
Yeah, I mean, like, all the tours
And it
we've
was-
always stayed with friends.
Yeah.
You know, and
It was just us 2. It was just us 3, and then a friend of ours that was selling merch and driving and helping us load. So it wasn't that much of a demand for a hotel. Like we've gone out before with sound guy and old tour manager.
The tour that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Well for
we
us.
stayed at.
We had a hotel every night.
Every night.
It was awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great, but it was like financially.
Yeah, we're not at that level, I don't think.
You figure you're spending almost $100 a night.
Well, even if we were at that level.
Yeah.
And like you $100 times like almost 50 nights.
That's a lot of
money. I mean, that's like, what is that, $5,000?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, like $5,000 at the end of the tour.
Yeah, seriously.
Taking my Botox.
I need to come home. Yeah, I need to get some Botox.
So last tour, no hotels.
Yeah.
Stayed on floors.
Which is fine. I mean, touring, like, we just bring our sleeping bags and we're fine. I sleep in the van sometimes.
Yeah, man. So are you guys going to go get jobs when you get home? I know we were talking about that last
We'll
time.
be working.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be working.
Cool.
We got a place to live when we get home,
Yeah.
so we'll have jobs and stuff.
Do you ever see it, well, after Hydra Head down the road, do you guys ever see going on a major label? Is that at all appealing to you?
I don't think anybody needs a major label unless you need a lot of money, or at least if you're, I don't know.
If you're planning a big production or something, you
Yeah.
know, if you're gonna be some band that's gonna have like a crazy traveling setup with a bunch of stuff that like a label like Hydra Head can't afford, you know, to help fund. That's the only way I could see it.
Yeah, it just depends what you're like, what type of band or artist, you know, what type of audience you want to
What type
cater
of people
to.
you are.
Like if you think you're gonna like if most of those people like the target is to get a hit single or multiple hit singles, you know,
Yeah.
like for us like if that'd be like a freak accident or something crazy, shit, you know, like which would be
Yeah.
great. I'm not opposed to it.
I think it'll
don't know.
work out. I don't think anybody would get us.
I think bands like now signing to majors, like it could either work out for them where they get like some crazy advance and then like take advantage of that. And I don't know if they'll be in debt for it or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know if major labels are picking up a lot of people and nowadays. I don't really know, and I kind of don't care.
Oh, it's like a glorified bank.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just like any other business, you know, like if they're going to give you money, and if you can't pay that money back, then they're going to drop you. So
Yeah.
I'd rather be on a label that, you know, I know everybody that and
I want to know
wanna,
who's robbing me.
Yeah.
Well, I also
Sure.
don't want to like, I don't know, like the whole industry, like industry people. I just don't want to be around it. I don't want to have to work with people that are just saying yes or anything like that.
Or telling you, or
I
not
want
even telling you
people-
what your music or whatever make decisions for you, which I don't know. We're not about that.
I want somebody to tell me that it sucks or something.
Now that you guys tour with like more bands, are there certain bands that you want to tour with in the future, like bigger bands?
I just want to tour with bands we like.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't want to have to tour with a band in the future that I'm just not a fan of. You know, like we've had to do that in the past just to kind of get our name out.
Dude, you know, usually they end up being nice dudes, but I don't know. There's nothing like actually getting to a show, doing all the boring loading in, like waste of life type of shit that we're just sitting around. But when the show starts, like you're excited to see the one or two bands you're playing with. Like the Harvey Milk show was fucking excellent. You know?
Yeah.
Like
I watch them every single
Yeah,
night.
we've been lucky. Like some of our friends' bands, like I've had the most fun touring with, like watching bands like Coliseum, Clouds, you know.
Had fun touring with Capsule.
Yeah, Capsule was fun too.
Boris
Our
was
crowd did
awesome.
not get them.
Yeah, our crowd was not fun.
Yeah, Boris was like, dude, it was like going to a rock concert every night, you know, like full on.
Mogwai, that was a good tour.
That's great.
So yeah, I think we've been lucky, man.
Yeah.
We've been lucky.
I don't know. We just like to have fun, man. If people are into it and they approach us and they're cool, you know, like that's totally cool.
And
But I
if
mean,
they're
we don't go out of
We're not
yeah,
like
we don't go out of our way, you know, for anyone, you know.
Yeah, we're not like in a mall
we
pushing
don't-
our CDs on
We
people.
don't care who's who or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm not going to go talk to this person because he's in a famous band or something like that. I'll talk to him if we have something in common, but, you know, none of that really matters to any of us.
Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, there was this article. It was in a Phoenix Weekly paper, and it was talking about like Nirvana. Like it was right around when Kurt Cobain's like anniversary of death was in like April, and it talks about Nirvana, and then it talks about the next Nirvana, And I was telling you guys last time how Andy from Every Time I Die said that he thinks that you guys are the next Nirvana or whatever, the next wave of Nirvana.
I don't think there's another. There's not going to be another like cultural like. There's not going to be another Beatles. There's not going to be another Nirvana. I think everything is. I mean, I think the next Nirvana right now is. I don't know. Like, what's hip right now? What's really? I mean, I can't say that.
I don't know what's hip right now either.
I don't know. It's like it. I don't know what I'm saying. I just think.
All the great.
What's happening? You're like,
basically every great band, there's only one great. You know, like it's just like there was one great Nirvana, there was one great.
These bands, these classic bands, were who they are, you know, because of what they did.
Yeah,
you know?
I think everybody's looking for one, and then like if something happens, it'll happen, but. You know, like when Nirvana broke big, like were people really looking for that? No, they just they got lucky because there were other bands that were doing the same thing they were doing. Yeah. And for some reason they caught on. I was just gonna say that.
It's just like that's the thing is like it's all about who gets lucky. I mean, somebody might get lucky and so it's all about marketing too, because I mean, like a band like he said, there's a bunch of bands that are doing stuff just like Nirvana, and I mean, Nirvana's great, but at the same time, it's like they could have been still playing today, had he not killed himself, and like if they never signed to a major, they could be still on Sub Pop releasing records and have a cult following like someone like the Melvins, and like it's all about who finds your band and who is willing to invest money and back you.
You never know who's gonna blow up or whatever you want to call it.
It's like, I mean, you could even predict it sometimes and be completely wrong, Like,
because I don't think you can predict something like that.
I was wrong.
I thought we were going to that either. I think there's a lot of bands that like want to do that. They just want to be the next Nirvana or something like that, and you can see right through all that stuff.
Yeah, totally. Well, the only reason I even brought that article up is because they mentioned you guys in it.
Really?
In the article, yeah.
In the article?
In the article,
really?
Yeah. So you guys have some reading.
Well, I don't think there's going to be another band like that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see, what's going to be next and what's going to
The next Nirvana's going to be Harvey Milk.
Music was totally different back then anyways, too. People still bought records, Now it's a different day and age, There's so much. Every band is fighting for internet space now, It's like...
There's too many bands. There's way too many bands.
Seriously?
I mean, it was a lot harder to be a band back then, too. I mean, it wasn't as easy as just getting on the internet and getting on MySpace and booking a tour and being a band and recording at your house and, like, back then a lot of bands were... doing it in studios and saving up money to tour, and it was a lot harder to tour. It's not like it is now. I mean, now anyone can start a band, put out a record in a month, and
anybody could do anything.
Anybody could do anything from the.
And they usually do. Like within a week, they'll have a band, they'll have a record,
and they'll have
a CD. They'll have and then they will break up and they'll have another band, or they'll have like 5 other bands or something like that. Yeah. It's like Gainesville, dude.
I just moved there. So.
You moved to Gainesville?
Yeah, I just moved.
Oh, wow. Everybody in Gainesville is like
in a million bands. Yeah. I'm in a million bands, kind of too. But I mean, this is obviously my
cash cow. It's a piggy bank, bro.
What? No. We're making money.
We're not making that much money yet. So.
Yeah.
But
the most I've ever made playing music, I can say that honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
I never thought.
I think we're all used to making negative money playing music, so any money is great to me.
Well, coming home and being able to pay your bills, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like you can get nervous on tour, like you can even go as far as complain, but like at the end, no matter what you get, when you get something in your head, like wow, dude, I made this.
Yeah, but it's not secure. There's no security doing this.
I agree.
Do you guys ever want that though? Do you guys ever
I would
want
love to have insurance. I'd love to be able to like not worry. I would love to not go to the dentist and not pay $2,000 or $3,000 just because they found a bunch of cancer in my mouth.